been practicing it. All right.
Hang on, what are you coming to me for?
I'm just letting you know, shut up when I'm talking.
Check out this grease thing.
Wow. Okay, wow. Slightly impressed.
Fancy.
All right. Theme song.
Look at this spawn token.
Nice. Was that from on?
The intro music.
Yeah, we always talk during the intro music.
Yeah.
What was that old cartoon with the biker mice? Wasn't it like
Biker mice from hell.
No, it wasn't hell.
Yeah.
Hell's itch.
Yeah, biker mice from the moon, maybe. You might be right.
All right. Song's coming to an end.
Nice.
And no more talking, guys.
Shut up. You are listening to episode 77 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony. I'm joined with Josh, Jeff, and JB. But before we get to the roundtable of when we played Magic, here's how and where to find us. We have our social medias that are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you want to connect with the cast during the live show, you can connect through Discord. We have a Discord channel that you can find on our Linktree. There's two ways to get in there. There's a live show text chat, and there's also a live show caller. We do the callers at the after show. As well, if you want to connect with us live during our Twitch, we have Jeff and myself who also do Twitch as well. And then where to listen to us is, if you've missed the live show, is YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. YouTube and Twitch both have the raw versions of it, the Apple and Spotify, and the 15 other platforms also have a more clean version of the podcast. And then lastly, if you need to know where all this info is, you can just look at our bio on the Twitch or any of our platforms. You can just see our link tree in the bio. And with that, Josh, did you play any Magic?
I went to F&M and I did poorly. It's funny because like I was shuffling up my deck or whatever before I was like waiting to go to Jeff's.
Mm-hmm.
And like I drew like a sample hand and it was like Island, Fetch, Force the Will, Daze, Delver, Brainstorm or something.
Yeah.
It was like a perfect 7. Murktide was the last card. It was like a perfect 7 for like a Delver, and I was like, I will never see this for the rest of the night. Why did I do this? Round 1, I like played. I don't remember what I played against. Oh no, it was 80 card Yorion taxes. And game 1, I won round 1. He got game 2, and then, or no, it was the other way around. He got game 1, I got game 2, and then in game 3, so it was like the coin flip is what it came down to.
Yeah.
I'll say that, but because that last game he had the tempo swing, and I couldn't get underneath it, and then like I went to counter something that needed to be countered, and then so I dug with Brainstorm, and he flashed in Eidolon Rhetoric.
Or you Aether Vialed it, or you actually flashed it in?
Yeah, he Aether Vialed it.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Completely
And that
blown
was
out.
a fifth for me.
Yeah.
Game
I thought you
2
said it was
around.
Spirit of the Labyrinth.
No, Eidolon of the Rhetoric.
That's
is
the one.
one.
Yeah, that's the. I think.
The one where you can only draw once per turn.
Yeah. So I would have had to put 2 cards back and draw 1.
Yeah.
So I just scooped. Game 2, I played against a combo deck. I kind of just stifled my way through that round. And then round 3,
Did you lose or
I don't
win?
remember what happened. I lost.
Well,
and then,
on to the next match. I want to hear when you.
remember you asked me to
that's
drop
when I-
after
Only
round
winners
three?
can talk.
Only winners.
That's when we dropped and I made Jeff lose or leave, so I bought him a pack.
Like, please just leave. I'll buy you
It was like
anything.
10, it was like 10 o'clock. I wanted to go home and play God of War.
Nice, sick dude.
Hang on, what did I get in my pack?
You got Day of Judgment.
I got a Day of Judgment. No, and I picked up the last Mishra's Bobble, or I got the last Mishra's Bobble I needed to.
Old board?
No, I have 2 and 2.
I still have
But,
the play set for you,
I was
JB.
about to say somebody owes me a full
I have it.
playset.
But I have a playset of Mishra's Bobble now.
It's been
Nice.
sitting in my binder
Yay.
since I opened them.
Yeah, just
Um,
waiting until we meet.
oh no, I picked up that Delve take an extra turn card card.
Yeah, Temporal
Yeah,
Mastery, I think it's called.
Temporal, yeah.
Yeah.
Trespass.
Oh, there you
I
go.
traded like a bootlegger's stash and
Mastery is the
a
miracle one.
Leyline of the Void for it.
Remind me about the bootlegger stash for the most overhyped card in the set for the end of the year shows.
Dude, when
Hang
what
on,
was the
talk about
time?
overhyped. It's gonna be that new one that makes a bunch of Dryad arbors. That's like the same card as
Yeah, it's the same thing.
bootlegger. It's like the same card as bootlegger stash.
Yeah.
Man, wasn't that thing like
Way
15
different.
bucks at one point?
Bootleggers was like
Yeah.
35
Oh,
when
like,
it came out.
That's sorcery. No, that's sorcery from the new set.
The make
That
make
yeah,
Dryad
that's
Arbors.
still like 15.
Yeah, that card's overhyped too.
Yeah.
That card, I feel that card is just a better explosive vegetation.
It's just bootlegger stash.
It's all right. It's a medium card at best.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's like great, but I'm saying in EDH you just replace explosive vegetation with it because
That
it
card's-
scales
no one
way
plays
better.
that card anyway.
Somebody played against me when I was playing arena drafts.
That's a casually casted card.
Yeah, we can do
Explosive
that. Well,
vegetation.
this is the last
It's
week.
just cheap ramp.
Yeah,
Why is it the last week? I like the casually casted.
because we have that.
Because
We have
you
a new
are
one.
casual.
And then I opened up the rest because Jim and I decided we're just gonna build 3 decks out of our box and then do like a gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened up the rest of my Dominaria box. I got a.
Oh, you're still on
Jaya.
Dominaria?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny. He won't be on
Jesus.
until the new year. He won't be on Brothers War.
Right, we're taking our time.
Yeah,
There's
stretch your
so
money.
much product, dude. Well, how do you expect me to keep
Say
up?
you're gonna end up like 3 sets behind at one point.
We also like don't work the same shift anymore.
Brutal.
That's
That's
tough to
fair.
play.
Yeah, so it's tough to play, and he's like a father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony can tell you all about that.
But I
I don't have
got
any kids.
like full border Karn. I got a Jaya. I got like 3
Wait,
lightning
old
strikes.
border
So
Karn.
the full border.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh,
Uh,
the
alt
crappy
art one.
Karn.
Living like yeah.
Whatever. I don't care. It's just cool because it's a planeswalker.
I'll trade you a bobble for
There's
it.
my casually casted heart showing. But I opened Jaya. I got like 3 lightning strikes, so my red deck's gonna be dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I got like the red mythic dragon with the X cost.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Shivan just
card's
Devastator or
so
something.
good.
Jaya. So yeah, the red deck is gonna be dumb.
Oh yeah, you
Um,
play Jaya, you play the tokens, and then prowess all day.
Always
I
props,
got
baby.
like a full art, or I got the full alt art. Caves of Koilos. What other bangers did I get? I got like a Zur. None of my mythics are trash besides like the Karn, if you count that.
Yeah, probably.
I wanted a Shieldred so bad.
Yeah, that was the only card I wanted from that set. I didn't open up Shieldred and I opened up Zero Leyline Bindings. It's like the only 2 cards I want from the set.
Jim's gonna get the Shieldred box and it's gonna kill me.
Yeah, that card is just
Yeah.
dude, that card. It's legit legacy playable. It's sick.
The card's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, I want your Urbrask.
No.
Oh, you're a brat.
I got one. I think I got multiple of them.
Rat.
I got like 3.
I gotta
Urbrask.
get all of them now, man, because I have that foil Phyrexian Ajani from the new set, and it looks really cool, and I want to make an EDH with just all the Phyrexian cards.
Jeff, did you get any Magic in?
Oh.
I did. I went to F&M, and instead of playing Legacy, I played Modern, because I didn't feel like playing Burn again in Legacy and not having fun. So round 1, I played against our friend Angel. He was playing Red-Blue. Game 1, I had to mold to 5, got him down to 1. He ended up beating me with the Murktide because I couldn't rip the next burn spell. Game 2, I just came out real fast with a lot of creatures. And then game 3 was a lot of fun because we were both down to 2. I had no cards in hand and I fetch on the field. And at the end of his turn, I fetched, went to 1, and we literally just like flipped over the top card of my deck, and it was Rift Bolt. And he had like 4 cards in hand. I was like, "You got the counter spell?" And he like looked, and he was like, "Nope." And I have no draw spells, so I ended up killing him and beating him. So that felt really good.
Yeah.
And then round 2, I got to play, which it was a lot of fun. The combo never went off, but I played against Hivemind.
Yeah.
And like, nothing against the deck, but like there was no chance, man. Like game 1, I had hit, like I
know.
I took 2 turns like to prolong the game because I wanted to see if he could go off, but I killed him. And then game 2, I think I killed him by turn 4.
Yeah.
I know the guy you're talking about, and one time, well, I mean, like, when I'm losing, I'm just like, all right, let's have fun. We'll go
Yeah.
wild.
Mhm.
You just take me to
He
town.
normally plays Scred,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm. I know
game
that guy's-
3, round 3 played against Harden Scales. In game 1, he got there, and when I go to FNM, I'm not going because I'm trying to win and gain like star credit because I'm there to have fun. Like I don't get to play Magic that often. So like after game 1, right away, I explained to him how he could have killed me a turn earlier, like instead of waiting till after the match. And then we went to game 2. I bashed him in really fast because I had 2 Shatter Blast or whatever, the one that the 2-mana destroy an artifact deal 3. I forgot the name of that card.
So it's Smash Smithereens.
Yeah, there we go. I had 2
Yeah.
of those and Wear and Tear. And then game 3, like during the match, there was that one point where I like purposely swung to present that he could kill me on the next turn, and like he ended up like blocking in a really weird way that I ended up living another turn. But then when we finished the match, I like told him right away, like, yeah, you could have killed me here if you would have done this, and like he even said he was like, you know, I haven't played against Burn in a really long time, and I was like, no, man, I get it. I was like, that's why I'm like, you know, explaining in case you ever play against a Burn player or I ever show up again because it's like literally the only thing I play.
Yeah.
So I was 2-1 at that point, and that's when Josh was, you know, 1-2 and sad faced and was like, "Can we go? Would you be mad?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's fine."
Yeah.
He bought me a Kamigawa pack. I ended up opening up the Black Invoke card or whatever. or
Invoke Despair, yeah.
Invocation.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was cool. I didn't have any of those. And then that's about all I've really played for Magic. I haven't really messed with too much Brothers War on Arena since release.
I like how you're just like, I'm gonna mind slaver you. Here's how you beat me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I rather someone know and learn. Like, that's the point of FNM is to like gain knowledge and get better. And like I said, the guy didn't take it as me being like an asshole either. You know, like me trying to be like, well, you should have done this, because like I just approached it like, yeah, if you would have done this, man. Like, and he even asked questions. He was like, oh, well, I expected you might have this, and I was like, I have 1 card in my hand. Your creature has 5 toughness plus ward 2. Like, what 1 card could I possibly have that's gonna kill this?
Yeah. The only thing I take pride in this day and age in Magic is being an FNM final boss. So if I'm not winning,
when I was 2-0, I was telling
squealing
Josh.
the tires in the...
when I was 2-0, I was telling Josh, I was like, I gotta go 4-0 and take a picture so I can rub it into Tony that he's not that cool.
weird how you
but-
didn't.
Yeah. Well,
How you're
even if
not-
I would have been 3-0, someone was asking me to leave. So
I suggest that like all FNM bosses across the
Yeah,
nation.
you didn't play 3 rounds?
I only played.
How did
3
I
rounds.
get 3 rounds?
No, I said
How-
I only
how did
played
I get
3
3
rounds.
rounds?
Yeah, he left on the 4th one. He's saying he was gonna try to do a 4-0 snap on me, but he didn't because just couldn't do it.
I got part against Harden Scales, man.
This
That's
sh-
not an easy match.
Every store should label who their FNM boss is, and then that person is required to buy badges. And when you beat them, you hand them they hand you the badge.
Were you not just
with
making
Pokemon
fun?
League?
Yeah,
Do that?
weren't you just making fun of Pokemon for
First
using
off-
the same plot, and now you just want to live that plot?
I just want to be a gym leader. Okay, is that cool?
I was about to say, wasn't there like
Yeah.
an old school
Yeah, I
Pokemon,
played in
like,
the Pokemon
card
League.
game?
It was
People
at
could
Pokemon
be.
League.
Toys R Us Pokemon League.
Yeah,
Toys
yeah.
R Us on Saturday mornings. Yep, I used
Yep.
to go that.
Yeah, they would
Was
give
that
you a
new?
book, and then if you win a match, you get 2 stamps. If you won one or if you lost, you got 1 stamp. And once you got like 30 stamps in a league, you would get a badge and then also a promo card. But I remember it would just be like me and my brother would play against each other, and I'd be like, I concede you. We just broke up. He just beat me. Like we thought we were gaming the system. The Toys R Us workers like, here's your stupid stuff.
They counted Pokemon Game Boy battles, so we just do Game Boy battles.
Those would take like a million years, but yeah.
Not when you're like 2 8-year-old
And-
kids that didn't have the internet really.
It's got to be
Yeah,
so
but
hard
that
to
was
link
also-
up.
That was in the time era of the Wild West, man. Because I remember seeing kids get their binders snatched constantly at Toys
yeah,
R Us
dude.
for
That would
like,
feel
Someone
real
stole my
bad.
brothers.
I was lucky. My brother he's 5 years older than me, so when we were going to that, he was 13. Also, he's deaf, so nobody wants to steal from the disabled kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that why no one steals from you?
of course. You know, I always have. My sight is too good. JB, you get any magic in?
Yeah, I've been doing Pioneer leagues for the hell of it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we're playing the Grease Fang. How'd you end up doing that league 2 nights ago?
I went 4-1.
Mm,
I ended up winning my last round
nice.
when you weren't
Nice.
looking. Which is okay. I mean, I still have yet to go 5-0 with it, but I've only played like 3 or whatever leagues, so.
Yeah. You just got to get your
But-
bearings under the deck.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the problem. When I play with you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there questioning every play I do because I'm like, is this right?
Is it
I don't
optimal?
know.
Sure.
Yeah, and then and I think I need to do less of that because it ends up just kind of getting me. Because then I overthink things and I like mess up and do things I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, that's a
Like
common
afraid.
thing that happens to people.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, it's not even that. It's just here's what my gut tells me to do, and because what you end up doing is saying, okay, like I'm gonna do this, and then you're going on a path. So if you diverge from the path and go into like let's say there's a fork on the road and you decide to go the other way, well now you have to go back. And because you've decided to change paths, you're going to lose that game. Whereas if you just stuck with it, it may have been the wrong decision, but sometimes that's the correct. Like, if you follow through with it, you'll still get there sometimes. But it's when you're wishy-washy, going back and forth on 2 different game plans or trying to do what 2 different people are trying to do, it becomes a nightmare. That you can see that happen with
On
people
top of
try
that-
at the same time.
On top of that, there was another one of our friends who was watching who plays a lot of arena draft,
Oh, yeah.
and he is a shitter, and he
We're just
he
grilling you.
purposely says things. Yeah, he purposely says things to mess and like be like, yeah, I don't know, that sounds terrible when it's like the right play or whatever. It's like, come on,
I mean, I'm not there to, like, crap on you, but I do
I
go,
know.
like, I think you should make this play, and you go, why? I go, and I'm just like, just listen to me. I'm the best, okay? Come on.
See, and that's the
That's
problem. is I have
terrible
no idea
advice.
why.
No,
Terrible
I mean the
advice.
the play that we made was the going and you didn't see the line at the time, but it was you had the Eldritch, whatever, and I was like, okay, just sack your
Evolution,
creature, and like you can sack up into the 2-drop, and you're like, oh okay, and then you just play the 2-drop that connives and gets rid of the Parhelion rather than trying to gamble it. You were like, I'll just go get a Citrus Supply, but no, go get your 2/1. That because you have a Parhelion in hand, but
Yeah.
it's a small
Yeah,
play.
I mean, once I looked at it, it was like, yeah, okay.
It's the
that
correct
makes
play,
sense.
but yeah. Anyways,
Still having fun with the deck.
Mhm.
I mean, I put it together in paper so that way I have, like you said, I'm trying to make a gauntlet, not a gauntlet, but like a one of everything. So whoever comes up to me, I can play.
oh sure.
But the only thing I won't build is standard. I just don't care enough.
Dude,
it is
it's
what
the
it is.
cheapest one. You just build
Dude,
mono blue.
even
Yeah, but then
Pioneer's
I gotta
cheap.
buy another one every time.
No, dude,
Okay.
mono blue is always good.
It's like I
Always
swear, like
good.
standard. Aside from like the Shieldred deck, like if you don't play a Shieldred deck, it's pretty
or
cheap.
the Rafine.
And Rafine's like a little expensive, but like you own Triumphs, like you have that mana base, and like
I do.
That's
Rafines are
also
like
true.
Rafines are like $15. So like look at it like buying a commander deck every 2 years. Like
Yeah.
Shieldreds are like $35-$40, so they actually add up to a significant amount. But if you just like build any other deck, you may have to throw $100 into it because you're gonna buy stuff regardless. It's good in standard, like Mirror Breaker, which is good in Pioneer, which is good in other formats and so forth.
Yeah. It's playable elsewhere,
Weren't
but
you
I don't
gonna
know.
build the Windgrace deck?
Is that a deck? I thought it's like a bajillion dollars.
It's like tier 2.
No.
If you don't have the mana base,
Yeah, you like
and I do believe it runs Shieldred. So
yeah,
like,
you need
that's probably
Shieldred.
why.
You need Shieldred, like any deck that's running Shieldred is gonna be like $200 at the base level.
But
Yeah.
Shieldred's also something that's always going to be good.
So Legacy, it's played in Legacy and it's certainly going to get played in Modern. And it's going to be it's a heavy hitter in both Pioneer and Standard right now. So it's like great to have. Plus, it's a fun EDH card if you're going to play Wheels.
It feels so good to counter that card when they tap out on turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just
make
stomp all
disappear
over 'em.
feels so good.
Yeah. I've just been playing a lot of drafts on Arena. I did open up a Worm Glow engine and surprise a 7-win that one pretty easily. That's just the best card. And I haven't played in Arena in a little bit, so like my tier is silver. So I'm just
Oh yeah,
Stomping
it's
all over
not-
people.
it's
Yeah.
almost like I feel like I'm not playing because like it's like, oh, they should have beat me, but they made these they make these really obscure plays. I'm like, what are you doing? And
Yeah, that make no sense at all.
yeah, you, like
I remember you were sitting there and you're like, "What are they doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're in silver.
yeah, I know. I'm like,
You have to understand."
I'm like, what's happening here? And they're
Like,
just
it's
making
just-
yeah, the worst plays, just throwing everything away. You're like, oh, maybe they don't understand. Like literally, I have like a 3/3 reach guy, and they'll attack with like a 2/1 flyer, and it's like, block.
Got 'em.
Like, I'm like, all right.
it's chump checking, but
Yeah.
in the worst way possible.
It's like, I want to trade the card, so I'll 2-for-1 you if you want to do that.
Always.
Yeah, it's like, sure, I'll make that trade. And they just was like, and then they don't follow up with anything. You're like, oh, you just threw that creature away. What? And then they played that
So
Urza
fun.
Silex. They like had enough mana to activate it, but then played an additional land and then activated it. I'm like, what? Like, just, you can, just the weirdest stuff was happening. Anyways, that was all the Magic I played. But, all right, guys, we have a kind of a relatively large show in the sense of like, we're retiring a segment like we do because we have to. We're going to do it
3 weeks.
Yeah, we've had Casually Casted for a little bit. We're going to do the new segment of Rate the Random. I just have this idea that I just want to just see random cards. Top 8 birds because Thanksgiving is tomorrow. We'll talk about the Pioneer RC that happened both in Europe and in the United States, as well as the disqualification that happened there. Ton of the anime conventions. I call it the anime convention. Jumpstart 2022, which is literally just targeted at Yu-Gi-Oh players and weebs. Bonus top 8. What could it be? It could be anything. And then I know Josh brought up the thing being canceled or cease and desist for that. It's called Card Conjurer. Proxy King is still available, but yeah. All right, let's go to Rate the Random. So what I'm going to do here is just literally go to Scryfall, pull up Scryfall, and put it up. And what we're going to do is just hit random card.
I hope it's Swamp.
Epic proportions. All right, so it's green 4 for an aura, flash, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +5/+5, and has trample. It originated in Lorwyn. So this is the card. We'll just go right into it. So these are the things I want to rate down. How strong do you think this card was in Lorwyn Limited?
Great.
Oh, limited.
So
great.
good.
You think so?
I think it's
Flash,
decent.
dude.
Dude,
Oh my God.
it's a 6 mana.
Card was dumb.
Was it good? I didn't play
Yes.
Lorwyn. Okay.
Card was
This
good.
card was dumb.
I don't know. I can't.
Dude, Norwin Limited was so
Rise,
wild.
buff your guy, and stomp all over him.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you swing, they block with like a 1/1, and then flash it in, and you're like, well, now you're taking.
Or they
a
block
billion.
with a 3/3 on a
like-
2/2, and you're just like, check this
Yep.
out. Take a bunch of damage, and your guy's dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so
The
good.
You gotta
Triple
remember, this is
Norwins are
before.
nasty.
This is like before
This is in
M14,
the
I want to say.
Yeah, oh,
when
way
when
before.
creatures were bad. When there
Yeah,
were a
this
lot
is
of bad
the set
creatures.
That, like planeswalkers were first introduced. Like the
Yeah.
the limited was all like it was kind of like original Kamigawa where it was a lot of tribal that are
Mhm.
you know like you get
Oh,
the
wait,
perfect
dude,
5-color, but
I just can't.
Like,
I can't
13
shift my brain at that time.
creatures,
Yeah.
10 spells, 17 lands.
You're playing like
Just
Doran?
Spend the way.
Yeah.
Spend the way. Dude, Doran was a good.
All
That
right.
wasn't until Shadowmoor, right? Though.
yeah, I
Or
do believe so.
Morningtide.
All right. So
No,
then,
Lorwyn, the best
Doran's
deck
the
was
green-white one, right?
Merfolk deck. It was the
It's-
blue-white
it's-
Merfolk.
it's a
was the
three-color
best
one.
deck.
It was
Whoops.
definitely red black goblins, bro.
oh, for sure.
Or Kithkin. Kithkin were gross too. You had
Yeah.
the 2/2.
The-
What was it?
The
First strike,
Merfolk deck was
lifelink.
dumb.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Should I go back? No.
Oh,
How
yeah.
good was that?
That's
How
what
good
I
was
thought
Epic
that-
Proportions in Standard?
Terrible.
Was it? Okay. I figured
Yeah,
it wasn't
that
any
standard
good.
was ruled by fairies. That was like fairy standard.
Yeah. That was a world where you couldn't play. EDH playable. It's probably like
That
a
was
casual card.
Thoughtseized.
That's
That was like the
below
OG
casual.
Thoughtseize standard.
Yeah, and then it definitely never saw its day in the light of
Any other
Legacy,
format.
Modern, not illegal in Pioneer, and then also not illegal in Pauper,
Garbage.
and then it's not a top
Top 100.
Did we hit a top
How
100 cards?
often-
We didn't.
Can we
Is
How
there
have
often
even
more
will we
card
hit
that's
top
not-
100?
Is there a card that's not a land in the top 100?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Bolt's in the top 100 cards. But yeah,
Over-
Oh, you mean Ancestral Recall is a pretty good card.
that's probably number
Over
2.
Island?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oko's number
What are you
1.
talking about?
It goes Oko, Ancestral,
Over
Lotus.
Scalding card?
Yeah, it's pretty
What about
close.
Scalding
Can
card?
we add one more criteria
Sure.
to the rating the card? Is it better than Dreadmaw Colossus? Because I think this card is.
It only gets
Colossal
+5/+5. Dreadmaul's
Yeah, I
a
think
6/6.
so.
So if you put this on a 0/0, it's not gonna work.
You can't
That's
put it on a
0/0.
0/0.
Yeah, I know.
Choking comes into play. I flash this on top of it on its die trigger. It's
Mhm,
fine.
That's dead. State-based effects.
State,
All right.
state-based effects.
All right. Casually casted for the last time. Yeah. I don't know why that keeps doing that. It's annoying me.
I don't know, but
Anyways.
why are you showing me door to nothingness?
It's the casual card. I love that I forgot that in 5th Dawn, that the tap symbols, they didn't have the budget because, Wizards was broke back in the day to fill in the colors here, so they're grayed out. I love that.
Funny.
But this is
We're
like a
just
card
nah.
I want to
This
play this
card
card so bad.
It feels so good to beat people with this card.
There was a
Well,
standard
that's
deck
why
with
you play it.
Thragtusk that actually played this, where it was
Yep.
like
With-
27 lands. This card, it was Chromatic Lantern, and all you did was play Thragtusk, Restoration Angel. You weren't trying to beat them with it; you were just trying to gain life.
That's so funny.
That deck also ran World Fire.
Yep.
World Fire.
It just played the
Yep.
trash. Dude, this is like back
Oh,
in the day
that's
where
so
like
wild.
standard decks felt trashy, but like they were
Uh-huh.
they were acceptable because not everything was not everything was Uro, so you could actually
could
get away
Not,
with
not
this.
everything had 13 effects attached to it
Correct.
every time
Yeah.
you cast it.
Yeah. All right. Well, sorry for Jordan. Nothing. I love the card, but it's just not what it used to be.
Good enough.
All right, boys. Drum roll for the top 8 birds. I know we did this last
Didn't
year.
we already do this?
We did this
I was gonna
last
say
year,
we
but
did
we
this.
never did. No, you guys know what number 8 is? It doesn't matter because it's
Oh my god, you just wanted to do memes.
Yeah, I know. That's why he does this every time. Did you really expect
This is-
anything else?
What is that even
This is a
from?
good one.
That's what I asked.
Future Sight. Future Sight. And
No,
then it
I'm talking
came
about the
in like a
picture.
Theros block.
Josh may know this show. He's into weird stuff.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a show
Yeah,
called
dude, you're
Search.
all
It's a
alone.
show called Search Party on it, and it crossed out because no Search Party.
Oh my god.
All right, number
So
7.
bad, Tony.
Tashar. Basically,
Yeah, I remember that.
what is CDH?
Pretty
Yep.
long.
The next one also. What is CDH?
That's a cool guy.
Also,
I like that
played
bird.
Commander once.
what is CDH? So it was K-Car,
I played that
Tashar.
Commander once.
I think K-Car is better than Derevi.
I think Derevi's only
Yeah,
good
we
because
had that
Guy's
argument
Cradle.
last time, remember?
Yeah, I think it switched because I forgot Guy's Cradle was a thing.
Lemon Ding Dong.
Yeah, that's the only
Birds.
reason.
How did we get on top 8 birds?
I don't know. Tony is
Thanksgiving.
terrible.
Thanksgiving.
Tony, he
Thanksgiving.
wants.
That's the is the number one bird not Stormcrow? Then like
I knew you were going to
We've
say
had
that.
this argument.
Right,
Yes,
alright.
this is literally something we did. You can go back to our podcast last year and listen to the same thing.
Yeah, you
There's
can.
zero changes.
We're gonna do this every day before Turkey Day. Okay, just so you know. So, what do you think number 4 is?
Nothing.
Birds paradise.
There are no more
Squadron
birds.
Hawk.
Oh my god.
It comes with 4s. This card's so sweet, dude. This was the
Oh, that's good for number 4. That's clever.
yeah, but yeah. Remember this deck? How I just ruined everything. Yeah, I still try to jam this deck in Modern. It's not playable.
I know you do. It's terrible.
I love doing it because you have Solitude, and Solitude and Squadron Hawk feels cool. But number 3, Baleful Strix, just
Yep.
banger. This card was a $20. Like you have to buy this Commander deck thing, and thank God they've reprinted it. The amount of times they've reprinted it, because my God, it's
Yeah,
annoying.
rare.
Yeah, it's weird that they've done that, but whatever. And then number 2 is Voids of Paradise. This is the alpha printing on it. It just says it just tap to add 1 mana to your mana. It doesn't even say any mana of any color. I love like these old things that they used to do.
Templates.
Yep.
I
And
like
number
how it's a mana birds.
yeah, what do you think number 1 is?
The thing that produces the artifact that makes mana.
No, it's I think-
Goose. It is not
Yeah, a goose.
no, it's Yorion.
Why is Goose
Oh.
not on here at all?
Because Yorion kicked it off.
What?
Goose is not that good.
Kicked it off?
Yeah.
Goose is better than whatever you had for 8 and 7.
No way, dude. Those other ones are EDH.
Yeah.
Like, they just like recently like purged all the EDH stuff. But Yorion got banned in Modern, thankfully. It's still played in Legacy, still played in Pioneer. It's so
Boo.
I don't know. I'm still anti-companion, but whatever. At this point, I don't.
I know we're not supposed to really curse on here, but man, fuck that bird.
I know. Yeah.
Why?
All right, dude. So
Oh my god, it ruined Modern.
the RC, the Regional Pioneer Championships happened both in Europe and United States, and these are the top 8s, man. They like the United States one was actually
No.
8 different decks, which is incredible,
That's so awesome.
dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mono White Weenie, which if you look at the cost of these decks, which I'll pull up here shortly, the cost of these decks are like pretty cheap. Like when you get into the Fires of Invention and the Blue White Control, it's a Yorion pile, so it's a little bit more expensive. But again, you don't really see a lot of Devotion to Green. That was the big bad wolf that everybody thought was going to be the most dominant. Everybody, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I was stating this. I think Lotus Field just smashes mono green, and so same with like Fires of Invention and then White Weenie because they all play Brave of the Elements. But as you can see for the European one, which had a 408 players, Arclight was a little bit more dominant over there. You had a blue-white control deck, Devotion to Green, Grease Fang, and
Grease Fang.
Yeah, so like this is honestly literally the entire format. Like these are the decks
right now, man.
It has the only downside to this is I feel like they're gonna get rid of Fires of Invention at some point. I feel like they're gonna get rid of Lotus Field. And
you think Fires of Invention's that good?
It's one of those things that as the game progresses, it get better. Like they're gonna actually.
I guess you always have more.
Yeah, and those are like the flavors of the format. So I like Lotus Field existing. I like Fires of Invention existing, and
I don't even have a problem with Lotus Field because it's a bad deck.
Yeah, I mean
we have Ghost Quarters in the format, don't we?
It has hexproof.
It's not even just that. They don't even play like control cards. When I played against it, I was like, "What is this?" Like,
it's a streamlined combo deck, but it doesn't. It's missing like a preordain. It's missing that. If it's
missing, it's protection or it's preordained. One of the two.
Why protection?
I don't know, because it's like all I had to do was Thoughtseize it, and then it was over. Like I picked up a card that what is it called? Necromentia.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just cast Necromentia and pour over the pages and they lose.
Yeah,
because it exiles all of them, and then they don't have anything.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's honestly the best combo deck versus like the blue white. It's good against Devotion to Green, which is like the number one deck in the format, and then like other things that are combo. Just because you're like I'm faster than you, you're not interacting with me with anything. I really just get to do what I want. But
it's just fragile.
I imagine it's got a pretty decent game against Mono White even.
Yeah. So
because they have no way to really interact with it.
Dude,
Mono White crushes it because they play Thalia, and Thalia.
That's true.
It's such a beat. Like Thalia is the reason why if you look at the top 8, it's just it's constant. It's all what's it called decks, like spells decks, and Thalia just hoses those decks. But so this is the number one deck. As you can see, just on like TCG Player, it's less than $300. You can buy it for 139 tickets. It's really not that much money. When
you say number one, you mean it won the tournament recently?
Yeah. I mean, it's in first place. Yep. The second deck again, $400. Arc-like Phoenix, Ledger. Really, all the cost is actually just in the Spider Bluff canals and the Ledger Shredders.
I need pieces of the puzzle. I think in Fiery Impulse, do I have to play that?
No,
you don't have to.
It's you definitely want it. It's just 2 damage and then Spell Mastery deals 3.
It's a sorcery, right?
No, it's an instant. It just can't go to the face. It's a shock only for creatures, but you specifically play this to kill Thalias.
I've seen some lists that run the 1 mana one that deals 3 automatically to a creature or planeswalker, but it's a sorcery.
Yeah.
What is that? Strangle?
Yeah, they usually have. I've seen lists with like 1 to 2 strangles, but you want this. Like you need Fiery Impulse for the Llanowar Elf stacks because if you just don't do anything, they're gonna. You need that. But that deck's pretty cheap again. Again, this is the Auras deck, which is $319. Like we're talking like these things are pretty cheap, and honestly, like the money again is it's like Mana Confluence and Temple Garden. So if you just look at everything else like in this deck, like this is a bunch of commons and uncommons, and it doesn't even play like it just doesn't play good cards. These are all like there's just not a lot here. So again, and then Brushlands making it a little bit better on the mana base. This one is Lotus Field, which, again, cheap. The only thing that's expensive in this deck is legit just the Lotus Fields, and that's pretty much it. And Odowarus. Here's where the deck's a little more expensive. This is your Fire of Invention deck, which is a Yorion deck that plays 1 Yorion on the sideboard, 1 Yorion in the main.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
1 in the main?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, the lands start to get expensive.
Not even that bad for like a Yorion deck compared to what Yorion Modern was.
Mm-hmm. So
and it's mostly lands or whatever, so it's like,
yeah. Like, and I'm just looking at it like if you're
these decks, it's just a vomit of so much.
Yeah. Well, this plays like it plays the Enigmatic Incarnation. This is just that's the birthing pod at the end of your turn for enchantments.
This Army Knife vomit deck.
Yeah. Then you got your black-red, which is you got your Shieldreds, your Croxas, your Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and then also it's probably the most. And you got to play 4 Blood Crypts, which are honestly the most expensive shock right now.
I saw that and I was kind of like surprised. I was
You
like,
need
oh,
it. It's
wow.
everywhere in Pioneer. You absolutely need it. And also, there's the Rakdos scam deck that also plays it.
You got one.
Damn.
And
I just love the name of that one.
yeah, Rakdos scam. Then you got your mono white, or sorry, mono blue, which is just straight up, your slip out the back, guys lay snare, and then just spirits. It's just real simple deck. I love this deck just because it's so cheap. This is one of those decks that will end up phasing out of the format because the power level will just like pass it up. And the last deck, which is for the top 8, again, blue-white control with Yorion. So
There you go. You have your.
Blue Eye Control, I'm happy. I can play that.
yeah, you just gotta play
Oh,
Yorion.
Oh, I need to get
80
2 more
card.
Wandering.
Yeah.
No one should see
Yorion.
this. We don't need people thinking they can play blue-white.
You could try. I'm off it.
No,
Like
we
it just
don't.
hasn't been good in a while, and it's this day and age like Drago. If you don't have a 3-mana Teferi in your deck, you shouldn't be playing blue white. That's just my bottom line.
I agree, but looking at this and seeing Narset and Teferi is like making my mouth water.
All right, so that was the top 8. So there was a DQ that happened there. As you can see, there's a lot there's a lot of stories going on with this. And the biggest one that people have talked about is, so this individual, let's see if I can back this up one. He was disqualified because he had some foils in his deck. The foils that he had were the collective companies, specifically from the secret layers. And those things, as many complaints have come through, just from out of the box, are horribly warped. I actually have some nearby, but I can show you some photos that I pulled up of things that are fresh out of the box. There's a lot of people responding that he clearly cheated because he casted something, which he shouldn't have done something without having the knowledge to do that. It just made no sense. And when he did that, that's kind of what set off the alarm bells and got him called. So he obviously knew. I mean,
Judges don't DQ unless they don't DQ you for cheating unless they think you're.
they would have allowed him to go get 4 regular ones.
They think you're malicious.
Yes.
They don't do that unless they're certain that you're malicious.
So, I don't want to say much about this individual, but clearly he went on a rant on it, and the people that actually attended the RCQ was like, well, no, we talked to the judges, and the reason why they did that is because, one, as you can see, you could easily cut to them, and 2, there was people that responded that said, you clearly made a play that didn't make sense on like why you would have done that unless you had knowledge of what was your top card. So, yeah. So here's some photos of just like secret layers that come straight out of the box.
Dude, remember when I was gonna sell you the
the
bolt secret layers, and then we opened it? And I'm like, are you sure you want this? Because they're like,
yeah. I mean, this is what they look like outside the box, and that's like these are the brand. Like they're just not like everybody's suggestions like do perfect hards, but it's like you need to like unwarp these. So you have to, and then
perfect cards do work on that, but like it takes time.
Yeah.
It's not like instant relief.
No. You have to wait weeks, whatever, for them to finally flat out. And if you ever take them out, they go back to their like original form. So
you gotta like press it.
I know it's been a couple of years since we played like actual physical Magic, but the reality is, guys, just if you plan on playing any top level Magic, you should avoid foils. I think the only place that's acceptable for foils in this day and age is like Legacy, because that's like where most people go to pimp out their decks completely.
And I have in my 60 card like box there are 0 foils. There was one Abrade for a little while because that was the literal only Abrade I had.
Yeah, there was. I mean, I've had to play foils like.
I mean, it's been that way for a while. I've been playing competitive since like I think I picked back up in like 2017.
Right.
And it was 0 foils from that moment in my 60 card deck.
You just can't have them.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
When I started back up, I foiled out lands, and then I realized this is terrible. Anything that's new that's foil is impossible to, like get flat.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm selling out of this and just going for Japanese instead for my like pimp or whatever.
Right.
I have
just not dealing with it
in my modern burn deck, but that's because I also own the non-foil versions, and I only ever play F&M right now. So
Sure.
I don't really care, but
at the F&M level, like if you're it's one of those things. If you're gonna cheat at the F&M level, you like come on, man. Like
yeah, for real.
What are you doing? But Yeah, with this day and age, like with foils, they're basically allowed in EDH because nobody really plays like cutthroat EDH. But the people that are into the cutthroat EDH, will call you on foils just because it's a 99 card deck. If you can cut to a specific card every single time, it's basically cheating. Especially if you got anything for that. What was the first Commander Legends? Holy crap! Everything came out
that
just
was terrible.
like if you got like, dude, the foils were selling less because you couldn't put them in a sleeve, like because they would just they would literally lift your deck up. That's how bad they were.
Foil Jeweled Lotus and sold it like right away to Josh.
I have one of those, and mine's flat. Yeah, so that's
boy.
Yeah, that's what happened with this. But again, the message here is don't play foils, and then obviously with this individual, don't cheat, especially at the high level of the tournament. Because even if he like, let's say he wasn't cheating, but his foils were
You even put yourself in a position to be considered cheating.
Yeah.
Like, don't get close.
And people get desperate at those like last, like, dude, I've seen people just make bogus calls and just be like
outlandish.
They're like, can I count your deck? Like, I want to see if you actually have 60 cards. And I've heard stories of like people literally like going into game 3, a guy would like shuffle, you know how you get you offer your opponent to shuffle your deck or present your deck to your opponent. They shuffle it, they drop a card, and they kick one away. And then when they're about to lose, they go, judge, he's only got this many cards, like stuff like that. So you just need to watch for those individuals there.
I mean, yeah,
Remember
people
that
try and
story
game it all the
Isaac-
time.
Yeah.
Isaac told us of the guy who like called a judge, said he went to the bathroom, went out to his car, grabbed like an extra copy of the card, put it in his hand, and he came back and cast it.
Yep.
So
my
wild,
God.
dude.
Dude, it's crazy what people do to win.
Dude, I remember back in the day, like when draft boxes were worth something. So like when we would do like, hey, like our local game store would do like a winner gets a box. And when a lot of us are poor, we would, like just didn't have any money.
Yeah.
There was these two individuals that they would show up every week or every time, and one would have absolute shit deck. Then he would always with whatever, but the other guy would take all of the good cards from the other deck. And dude, I just remember like I think it was Rise of the Eldrazi. The guy had 2 Gideons. I'm like, come on, like. And one wasn't even foil. It was just so ridiculous. And he ended up getting caught because they were stupid, because most people that like to cheat are stupid. And he ended up having above the amount of rares that you could have. He had 7 rares and like more uncommons in his pool, and he got caught. And just scumbag stuff like that. But
I will admit, I opened up double Primeval Titan pack when that card came out.
yeah, I mean, it must be
Well, if you have like a foil and a normal, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You can even have 2, and I'll be like, okay, you know what? You got super uber lucky. That's fine. But when you like back in the day, we didn't play with like you got bonus like the amount of like rares you get in your pool now is like upwards to 8 or 9. Because usually you don't always end up with a foil rare, but you definitely get a foil promo always. So you get a rare right from the get go. So there's that. All right, so WotC is pissed because they're angry that someone else is in the proxy business other than them. So, Card Conjurer, dude, it's bizarre that their thing goes on sale. Their thing goes on sale on Monday. Their 30th anniversary $1,000 booster thing. And they sent this out the week before, like, you know what? We don't want people to do this. So,
no more.
Yeah, they targeted this one site, and there's other sites. There's Proxy King that's still available. There's other sites like that, but Card Conjurer, I never had the chance to use these. That's because I have money, but that's just me.
Oh my god.
No, I've never wanted to use those things. And I guess if I was gonna play CDH, I might, but I guess
I've printed out cards, but like it's always that like low quality resolution. I'm never trying to print something that like looks real. Mm-hmm. I have 2 proxies that I got from Antonio that look real until you feel them, and like they're literally in a box that like I plan to throw away.
Yeah,
it's like I just don't want that out there. I don't.
Well, in this day and age, I think the proxy argument's over as long as you don't intend to trade.
More or less, I don't want someone to try to like. That's the thing. I can always say I'm never gonna try to trade this to someone, making them think it's real. But who's to say like something doesn't happen? Like, boom, I die, and my roommate gets rid of all my stuff, and someone gets that card and tries to sell it as a real card. I don't want that to happen.
Oh, fair. Okay, I was like, what do you care? You're dead.
Like, I don't want that to be in the community. That's why I don't like cards like that.
Can you please write in your will that you'll split it up all your cards between the cast, and we'll each have to take a loop and just go.
I don't think this is the
Back
one
all
that I
cards.
used before. I don't think this is the one that I was
No.
using before.
No, the proxy games is like one of the ones I'm familiar with. This one, I mean, honestly, with this one, a lot of people did like custom
Went
cards.
for the little guy.
Yeah.
They went for the. Oh, it's for more custom cards.
Well, people like, they would use like a custom cards. It had everything you needed to like generate custom cards. So you're like, oh, here's my
That's what I
X-Men themed.
heard.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, it was all cool stuff. Like, but as far as like a cease and desist, it just seems a little silly.
No more.
So it's, yeah, I mean, whatever. The person put some time and effort into it. I don't know if they were making any.
It was
money.
a school project.
Was it? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I don't have much to say about it. I never used it, and I had no interest in making like custom cards. So, but there are a lot of people. I mean, plenty of Facebook groups that just are like, how do you rate this card? And it's always just like this overpowered bogus stuff. And then
Garbage. Yeah.
and everyone's like, this is OP. Like, no, it's not, because
Because if you build the correct counter to my deck, it'll be perfect for
the one
for
mana
you.
card that deals 10 to a creature or planeswalker, and all you have to do is give you 3 life. It's like, okay, well, all right. All right, Jumpstart 2022, dude. There's a lot of dude. This set is for JB. He just came from an anime con. I'm sure everybody was there talking about this. It was a big deal.
Yeah, that's what everyone was talking about there.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
So there's a ton of cards going out all over the place. I don't know what they all are, but I mean, my God, there's so much going on here. So we'll start with Stitcher Supplier. Bada boom, bada bing.
I am not going to buy Stitcher Supplier for my deck until this is released, which is why I'm going to borrow it from you.
Are you going for the so they come out with multiple languages? Are you gonna go find the Japanese box? Those are pretty common.
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Just for the alt art, I do it in Japanese. The only reason I didn't get the rats in Japanese is because in order to get them on TCG, it's like 10 times the price you could get them for on Haruya. So once I put an order through on Haruya, I'll probably get the Grease Fangs in Japanese.
Yeah. Then you got some more hotness coming out. You got Monkey's Cage. I think this is like a super older card.
That's such a goofy card.
A card comes from
It's a very old card.
it's from Mirage, I think.
Is it? Huh.
This is its second printing. It's originally from like Mirage, yeah.
That's super weird.
Yeah. Some more anime stuff. Lord of the Accursed. Just, dude, I'm telling you, this is just weebs. Weebs.
Bro, please tell
That's
me you
great.
have tragic slip art on here.
Of course.
Oh,
I do.
man.
Come on. That one's the best.
I mean, I was about to say,
It's just tentacles, bro. It's just tentacles.
I think this is a really old card that hasn't had like a
It
reprint.
is.
So this was like, it's
It had a really ugly art.
yeah.
I think it came in a commander deck at one point or something. That thing looks really awesome. I want that for Pauper.
Yeah. I think Sleep Thermal Alchemist is a banger. A new card,
This card
Mizzix
is
Replica.
awesome.
Yep. Yeah, sweet. I think as long as they keep these things high mana costed, nobody's really gonna care. But this one is there's an old Mizzix from like the commander decks of like 2014, I believe, or 2015, where it had experience counters. This is just another thing of it. But Mizzix Replica Rider. I'm not gonna read the cards. It's got so many goddamn words on it. Colony Heart Expedition is anime.
This is another
Yeah.
casually casted card.
Yeah.
cool art. Looks a little nicer, a little
This
brighter.
thing is cool too.
This is my waifu because my custom card, not custom, but my alt card is Talrand, and now I have to obviously get my wife on this, get her altered onto this.
And put it in the deck.
Yep. This is a really weird
Please.
ability. If you draw your 5th card each turn, it gets +X/+X, which it's just kind of crazy, but yeah,
Okay,
it's weird.
weird.
Tragic Slip. Oh, man.
I mean, they're one step away from making this into some weird guy's fetish. They just got to
this
take the
is-
shoes off. You just take the
Mhm.
shoes off, and you're there.
Chef's
This
kiss.
is literally
Tony's card.
Bro.
I've been looking for toenails. Ogre Battlecaster, just another one of the cards that came out of the Jumpstart. There's one card I know that we'll talk about that Josh absolutely loves. Dragon Mage just looks like it's about to do a Kamehameha.
I want
Yeah, this card is awesome.
Dude, it's pretty sweet. Dude, the Rapacious Dragon, just like Oh my god,
I don't understand the art for that one. That one creeps me out.
It's so like the
that is the one where I'm like, okay, this is a bit much.
They know who they're looking for.
Well, 100%.
It's the anime convention after our kids, okay?
One and a dragon.
I mean, I think it's a different subsection of the anime kids. But
Well, I'm saying it's the after hours guys. You have to show your ID to get in the room.
After hours.
Yeah. Argus Core, just another cool card that is, I don't know, it's cool. Like it works with auras. Boros auras. Eidolon of Rhetoric.
That's a sick card art. I'm in.
This card's sweet because
Too bad it sucks.
Yeah, it's an EDH like staple.
Yeah,
but
I was about to say I may get it for
Gosh,
EDH if I
card.
sometimes use it.
Did they announce that any of these are coming foil? I don't think they are.
I don't know. I
So.
would be surprised if they didn't make any of them in foil.
Yeah.
No, because Jumpstart didn't have didn't have foils.
Ristic
guess.
Study, which is another $40 card that everybody wants reprinted.
Back in.
It's just Ristic Study. You got to get them all. They're cheap. Like, get them all. Jumpstarts are still flying around.
And by that, I mean I will never play Ristic Study.
This
ever.
Whirler Rogue, my God.
That's super anime.
Dude, the anime art cards are so like that one like breaks the wall.
Nah.
My immersion.
Dude, if you're gonna
It's
complain about
like, the background is like-
anime,
Hang on. Let me tell you my problem with this card. Is like this card. The background looks like actual magic. It looks like they took.
No way,
It looks
it's
like
too
they cut
pastel.
out an anime face out of a magazine and glued it on the actual.
That's actually a good point. I didn't notice that until Josh mentioned that. He's pretty right. Like the outside, like the actual
outside
Thopters-
window is definitely anime. The like desk and stuff, sure.
This looks like an Aether Revolt card. This looks like an Aether Revolt.
It
card.
does,
This
except
ain't-
for the
it's
crappy
cut out
background in
onto
the
it.
background. But
I was
and
about to say
then,
it's too
It's
pastel
supposed to.
outside the window.
yeah. All
It's
right.
supposed to
I
look like an
don't
Aether
like this
Revolt
one.
card because it is an
Do you
Aether
have
Revolt
have we
card.
seen the spell starter sprite yet? Sorry, I've been on my phone.
No,
No.
it's okay. Not there.
Trying
Zast.
to ignore all the anime while it comes up.
Wait till I complain about the spell starter sprite.
Why?
You missed out on the tragic slip.
Tragic was a hottie.
Yeah.
Oh, but
the tragic slip isn't as egregious, but that one's
It's
also borderline.
tentacles, bro.
we can go back to it here.
Wah wah.
Yeah, borderline.
Cry me a
porn.
river.
That is 100% tentacles.
Yeah, I'm all
Right,
for it.
hang
I'm
on.
down. You know me.
If there was-
I mean, I
leggings
don't
on.
care. I don't have
Good.
to
I'm
play
glad
it.
I can make everyone mad because I've been getting mad about all the other trashy secret layers they've been producing. Now they're making something for me.
Yeah, I can finally
And
make
people
a.
are getting mad.
Dude, honestly, can we be straight? Like the anime stuff is targeted for the Yu-Gi-Oh kids. Like I swear.
Yeah,
Like that's
sure.
what it's for. It's
I don't
it's like,
care.
hey,
Fine.
we gotta. People are tapped out in Magic. We gotta find money somewhere else. And there's not much in Yu-Gi-Oh, but we're going after them.
That's fine. I don't care. I mean, I was about to buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the art alone because
Yeah.
they were cheap. I was like, oh, these are sick.
All right, Josh. This is the card I know. I love this card.
Yeah.
Preston.
I hate this card.
I
but
know that
love
made
this
me
card.
laugh so much.
This card is so sweet, dude. This card is really cool. Just
I hate this card, but I love this card. I hate it because it's mono white, and it's a legendary creature, and it's a
you
rabbit
have to
wizard,
do
and it's a 2/5 called Preston the Vanisher, which happens to be my last name.
yeah.
Four mana, 3 and a white. I hate this card that it's a white legendary creature and it's a commander because now I have to build a white EDH deck, and I like explicitly stated that I hate white EDH decks.
They're just
And, like,
putting you
this
to
card,
the test.
it's like it's not even it's good.
This is what you get.
Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't cast, keyword there, so you have to like blink it.
Yep.
Create a token copy that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 0/1 white illusion.
Yep.
And
Goes
then
in
you
for
can sacrifice 5 illusions to exile a non-land permanent. But combos with Felidar Guardian.
yeah, infinite mana with that. Because you can use the 0/1 to blink the
Mhm,
Felidar
your
Guardian. Guardian
land.
targets the land, and then you do the rinse and repeat. But again,
Right,
yeah.
rinse, repeat.
Oh,
But I do kind of like that I'll have a white EDH deck around for me to stash gems in, because I like stashing gems away in EDH.
That's probably
decks.
honestly like that's like the best place to put your cards. Like these are cards I'm not using, and they just sit in a box. Might as well just whip an EDH, and then like once every 3 months I'll pull it out and play with it.
and that's what I was gonna do with my 5 colors, just like stick everything in there. Like all
Yeah.
my money just goes in there unless I'm building a deck
Yeah. So
or anything.
with Preston, when I posted this on Facebook, so many people were like, you don't need the cloud shift, because I posted a combo I called vanilla latte, and everybody I was like I could have been the
But
dick.
there's like a card. There's another card that in like his
Yep,
pack. I'm pretty sure that blinks something.
Yeah, I could have been a dick and just been like R2FC, but I'm like, hey guys, there's the clause of if it wasn't cast. That's the biggest thing. I just wanted to highlight it. Yeah.
There's also a card in Brothers War that'll do it too.
Oh
It'll blink
yeah.
stuff too.
God,
Yeah.
if they would have.
Why are you mad about this?
Straight up fucking hentai.
This is
First off,
hentai?
no, he's missing
What are
it.
you
If
talking
they-
about?
if I'm gonna definitely get these alter just a little bit longer to show the feet. That's it.
I know that's what you want.
Straight up
I know
fucking
that's what you
gotta
need.
F&M. I gotta restart my Discord.
Yeah, have fun.
I don't understand why you think this is hentai over the one that has tentacles pulling a girl
Yes.
into a
Oh my
bin.
God.
Whatever, dude. I'm all, dude. These things.
I don't care.
They know who they're
I
targeting.
need it all. Give me all of them.
Dude,
I'll take every
I'll
one.
be straight with you, JB. Would you have even bought Jumpstart product if it wasn't for this anime?
No,
So many
wouldn't
people.
have touched it.
So like, and I
mean,
didn't
like,
touch it. Yeah.
So I was waiting for some like Spell Stutter Sprite is a decent card. I probably wouldn't play it, but I'd pick up the 4 that I need for.
There's a Vendilion click in that pack.
Right. It's just
For,
not. It's not anime, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd pick
Yeah,
up
'cause it's only
4 of
one
these
card.
just in case I decided to play some dumb fairy deck in like Modern or something. But when they released Stitcher Supplier, I was like, okay, there's the one card that I can actually play in a deck that I'm building right now. I need this
Yeah.
ASAP.
This is my favorite card. Almost.
It looks good.
Like it's one of my favorite cards, and I hate this art.
Yeah, I mean, you for you,
Well,
get
because
the,
you don't want anime.
well, you get the F&M foil,
do.
which is our
Not that I
expensive.
don't like anime, because I do like anime.
I said you
I
don't
just don't
want anime in Magic.
Okay.
That's
No,
the thing.
it's not that I don't want anime and Magic either. I don't want I don't want sexualized anime.
Okay,
and
I do have to ask, compared to Tragic Slip, how
this
is
sexualized?
this worse?
Yeah.
It's just as bad. It's just like
How?
the pose and I don't know.
I'm fine, dude.
I
Like,
guess
Isn't
it's
that
not
on
any
you?
more
You're the
egregious
one
as-
sexualizing it.
well, it is sexualized.
I guess
Don't
you're
you
not
take
wrong.
that away
and
from
it's
me.
not any more egregious than like the.
I mean, there's been Magic.
It's like it's
Like,
hang
men-
on.
women
You're not
are-
wrong that I'm not I'm not objectifying it, but like it's it's the purpose of that artwork is to be sexualized. I forgot where I was going, but it's not also any more egregious than like normal Magic art because you look at like the witch planeswalker from the D&D set or whatever. Yeah, there's your fucking titties hanging out.
I was gonna say, there's definitely some.
Right, it's not
Magic
egregious.
art
I just
too.
don't like this.
Yeah.
Anime
It's not
for
for me.
you. The same for
Yeah,
you.
it's
The same
not
for
me.
you,
It's
bud.
not- it's my
Buddy.
poor spell starter spray. It's like one of my favorite Magic cards.
I
Even
got to.
though, like I could go.
Well, I
off
know
on a
what to
tangent,
get you
but-
for Christmas now.
Yeah,
just-
get 4 of these.
Great.
In Japanese for them. You got to make sure they're
I'm
in
gonna have them
Japanese so
altered
they
so
can be
you can
mad.
see you can see the nipples too.
Our 1-mana spells.
Oh
good
man,
all the way.
please.
Yeah. It's funny, dude. So I made a TikTok today because they did
Starburst.
Marrow Regery of.
Yeah, I want that card too. That was a really
That
good
one's
one.
cool.
I was like,
See,
I'm
the
in.
Marrow
Which
Regery
one?
is
I
cool.
haven't seen that one.
I made
Why,
a
it's just a buff dude with his shirt off.
I made a
Come on.
TikTok earlier of
Same
it
shit.
where it's like the old one. It's like, be careful who you make fun of in high school because of my.
Please.
And then it transforms into that one. Just this beautiful merfolk. Dude, the merfolks are so. I mean, from Lorwyn, they look like vile. Like they're sharp teeth, kind of these creatures that would eat fish raw. You know, like how you would eat sushi. But these anime ones are so sexy. All right, guys. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the heads I win, tails you lose, secret layers. These are the bonus lands that come in there. They're pretty sick.
Really?
Yeah, they look good. It's got a coin flip coming out of the mountain over here, and then there's a crab walking with a coin. Love it.
Yeah,
How
that's
much do you
alright.
think they're gonna be worth?
They're only coming that product, so they're gonna be hard to get.
Why do you want all these weird bad lands?
I think these look good. I think
Well, I'm
these.
saying like how many basic lands can you get? Let me ask you this: how many decks do you play that play more than like 3 basic lands?
My Talon deck
Lot.
is 35 islands.
Okay, other than your one EDH that's a monocolor.
I wouldn't
EDH.
foil out like my. This is just for, it really just costs a pretty penny for people that like cubes, people that want to do monocolor EDHs, and that's basically it. And then if you're foiling out I've seen people foil out their draft lands, which is just super incorrect to do. I think it's like in bad taste to do that, but you do you.
Aren't you like
Yeah.
not supposed to do that?
I don't even
Yeah.
care at the if you go to like a limited Grand Prix and you make a limited or whatever they call them nowadays, Magicons, you're taking a pretty big risk because you are definitely defining these set of cards, 17 lands, and these set of cards.
Yeah.
It's like that is whoa, you are taking a big risk there. But I have seen people do it at like a local level. I knew guys that had foils Zendikar lands because those were hotness and they would use them for draft lands, and it's like these are clearly marked cards. But anyways, those are the days before Perfect Fit because Perfect.
That's just my question: is where are you gonna? I mean, I guess I can't really make. I'm not gonna make fun of you for it, but like I can't really comment on it because I did buy a copy of every alt art in Japanese for Kamigawa, so it's like, I'm wasting money on that. How many of those am I gonna play? Like none.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing
Still
I think
awesome.
I think I got a bonus secret layer. Ho ho ho! No bonus
Oh
top
my
8,
God.
baby.
Tony, get this out of here.
No.
I'm done.
Hold on.
No more. Podcast is over.
No.
I'm ending it here.
You can-
I'm taking control. It's over.
See you
We're
later,
done.
buddy.
Skynet.
All right, so we got the top 8 Thanksgiving dishes.
Dude, how many Thanksgiving specific dishes are there?
There-
If fucking
lot.
Can you name them? Hold on, let's see if you can name them.
if
Not the specialty stuff
if
that you get
those-
at random people's houses.
those what are those like sugared carrots? You know what I'm talking
Oh.
about? If you got those on there, we're in.
You're so nasty. All right,
Where
we're
are
just gonna,
those?
we're
What are
just-
you talking
we're
about?
just
You're
gonna-
so
we're-
nasty.
we're just
People
gonna
get- People eat carrots all the
All
time.
right, the 8 things I'm going to show you are at your standard Thanksgiving. You would not see
Yeah,
sugar carrots at
carrots.
everybody's. No.
Yes, you would.
Mm-mm. All right,
100%.
Turkey's bottom tier, 8.
Yeah, whatever.
Trash.
I know. Turkey's bad. It's super plain.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The itis.
Number 7, corn. It's good.
What?
Yep.
What?
You're terrible. This is a terrible list. You're already
Is
bad.
corn higher?
Tony. Yes.
No, corn shouldn't even be on the list.
It's at your standard
Corn's
thing.
not even food; it's water.
Good. I'm ready to drink some
Number
corn.
6,
Let's go.
stuffing, and if you're a little bit older, if you're above the age of
higher.
50, you call
That
it
should be
dressing.
number
No,
one.
stuffing is terrible. Stuffing is a
Stuffing is
waste.
number one.
It's
Okay.
Why do we let
garbage.
Tony?
Good.
Why do we let Tony pick?
Stuffing
the
is
top eight?
I
terrible.
am
Why
just
do we
dude.
That should be 8.
I've been for the last last 3 weeks. So at my work, I conduct morning meetings, and I've been taking polls, of like food, and this is where it all laid out. Cranberries is number
Ugh,
5.
Gross.
There's
This
two.
should be so much lower. This is like bottom.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
this is
people
the worst.
swear
Up
up and
above
down by that
turkey.
gelato. I would never
I
purchase
don't
this, but people
understand
love
Cranberries
it.
is-
When I was young,
Canned
yes,
cranberries
it was cool.
garbage.
It was like sugar jello, but
as Yoda
Your
saying,
Jello better be on this
I won't
list.
eat that.
Jello.
If you get like cranberry,
Jello
and
ain't
on
jello
this list.
made,
If this
that's
Hold on.
okay.
Has-
this
does
list doesn't have
Does
Jello,
anybody
you're
else
wrong.
have Jello
It's
at their?
bad.
Yeah.
Are you talking just
Yeah,
straight Jello?
everybody. Literally
Yeah,
everybody.
it's always
does.
red and green, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a Christmas dish.
That
You're talking about
was-
No, that's
That was
that's
like at my
Thanksgiving.
that's like at my Christian white family Thanksgiving. and we had
Number
that.
4,
Not at
pumpkin
my
pie.
trailer park trash dinner that I have with my brother and my dad.
Dude, everybody loves the cranberry. We make cranberry 2 different ways. We do the
How
Jello.
is pie number 4?
Dude, I can't believe you don't have you didn't even
Bro,
think about.
Let me ask you
Jello.
this.
What is
Anyone ever
wrong
tell
with you?
You're fat.
Hold on. I love pie. All kinds of pie, but not pecan. So between pecan, do you guys have pumpkin or sweet potato?
Apple.
No,
I
but
prefer
between
pumpkin.
no, like if you like,
Oh, at family, it's always pumpkin and then pecan.
Apple.
I learned about sweet potato pie. They're identical. They taste the same. Number 3, biscuits.
Oh, hell yeah.
What?
Dude,
Top tier.
Mashed potatoes and gravy better be 1.
Well, it is number 2, mashed
Oh,
potatoes.
you're
Gravy is
so
1.
wrong.
Dude, everybody loves this dish. It crushes.
Gravy is-
Number 1, GBC roll dog. Green bean casserole is top tier.
Oh, gross.
What is wrong with you? Get
You're
out of
the
here.
worst.
You're so bad at doing this.
He just does this because he wants confrontation.
Well, the podcast is spoken. Here's our top 8 for Thanksgiving
No,
dishes.
hold up.
That's just
Disband,
no. That's what
close,
it
shut
is. That's
down.
what. No, no,
You
no.
just make shit up 24/7.
It's not making it
You can
up.
edit out all these swears because I am mad about this.
Think of it as
It's
an initial.
garbage
I'll
out
just
of
shop
here.
it, but that's it,
Your
boys.
top.
All right,
top
let's
10
see
your
if we
top
got
eight's
any
terrible.
callers hanging out.
Maybe they can tell us how bad you are at
Anybody
want to
call in and tell me how shit my list is? Oh, weird. Nobody's going to contest me. Well, it looks like I'm right. Once again. All right. That's going to be it for a cast, guys. Before we hit the after show, Josh, hit him with a hot take, and it better not be Thanksgiving themed because I already stole that from you.
The only good Pokemon game that's come out is Pokemon Go. So the last good Pokemon game to come out was Pokemon Go.
Dude, I made
And
money off
it's
that
went-
game.
What?
Yeah, I made a lot of money off Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Tony stole the IP and made a bunch of
Immediately.
stickers
No, buttons.
and buttons, and then went and sold them to kids at the park.
Yeah.
Made bank.
Yeah, so Pokemon Go, when it first came out, I was en route at my job when I was delivering money, and I just saw everybody and their mother just staring at their phone walking down the street. I didn't know what was going on. Called my wife, asked her.
Yeah.
I asked my wife, I was like, hey, like, she's playing it too. And I was like, what the hell is this game? She's like, yeah, I just downloaded it, and me and my brother are playing. So I go, okay. So I download the game, I play it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, this sucks. But because of just the sheer volume of people I was seeing just out and about, did a little bit of research, and then there's the three. There's Instinct,
Valor and
Whatever.
what
The other
Mystic.
thing.
Mystic. There you go.
The Cool Kids Club.
Took the images from them, made buttons, like just your cheap, buy 400 buttons for this, put, sick IP, like this IP's on them. Went out the next day, made a sign, and just walked up and down the street saying, $2 for a button, 3 for 5. And dude, there were people saying like, where is this guy? Because they were trying to find me. And I paid for my entire Vegas trip by that.
Really?
I
Yeah,
made
it's insane.
I made like 6
Tell them
grand.
about the guy who ran home.
Dude, the guy's like, oh crap, oh wait, don't leave. And he like sprinted home to go get he couldn't scrounge up $2, and his buddy that was next to him like also didn't have $2 because like they were like, dude, and he's like, I'll pay you back.
Pokemon kids.
Well, they like if they were kids, I'd be like, you just take these, I don't care. But these were like, man-child.
Grown
Like,
adults.
you're gonna pay me.
Man, child.
You're gonna pay me. But he's like, dude, I finally found you. He's like, I don't have any money. Because I posted on Facebook, and I was getting a kick out of it because I did this idea. Like, I mean, it just saw an opportunity, went and made just did it. And there's people on Facebook that clearly didn't like that I was making money, and they're like, you don't have a business license, you can't do that. I was like, call the cops. Wherever you tell them I am, I'll be gone by the time they're there. And they're like, and then there was another subset of guys selling buttons, but they didn't have the they were like $10 for a button, and they're like these really fancy, like
Metal
surfing
ones or something.
Pikachu, things that people didn't really want. And when they saw me, they how cheap my buttons were, they got so like demoralized because people were like, I couldn't play the game because that's how the volume of people exchanging cash I was doing.
Jesus.
I was like, I was just walking around. I was like, I can't do anything but sell these. And the one thing I learned from all this is the only people that want to buy that crap are people who don't have money. If you were a child, you would ask your parents, and your parents would go, no, that's stupid. And people with money didn't buy them either. It was only people that couldn't afford it.
Only
Right.
people had to run home to get $2.
And it was a key lesson in my life.
When you're posting Pokemon, when you try to sell Pokemon cards, a bunch of people, or when you're trying to sell records too, like
Yeah.
it's a bunch
It's
of
people that
who
can't
don't have
afford it,
money.
and it's really bizarre because it was like a life lesson I learned. I go, oh, this is why things sell super well at. And I don't anybody who shops at Walmart. It's a great place. I shop there, but the average
Like random weird junk sells
there's
for
a lot
ton
of
of money.
like things seen on TV sections, and like they do super well in Walmarts because people that can't afford it buy that crap.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, it doesn't look like we're gonna have any callers this week, but it was a fun cast, and that's gonna
Dude.
be it for this stream. I hope everybody enjoys your Thanksgiving, and again, you can follow us at all our socials. I listed them. You can find it in our link tree. Thanks everybody, and that's the show.